What's up everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm Hex and today we'll be talking about 3 absolutely free mercs that you can get in the game. But before that, I just wanted to say thank you so much for showing support. Thank you for 2,000 subscribers, and also thank you for showing interest in my tips video. You seem to have enjoyed it, guys, so I'm glad. And with that out of the way, let's go right into merc number 1. So here's Flay. I found him at B4, but he could probably be in another sector depending on which one you check first. We'll show that in just a little bit when I show you the quest, but for now, let's go back to him. So he's basically killing poachers. So you tell him that you want him to stop, and there's a wisdom check here, and then you ask him if he wants to hunt for us. Now, I got the negotiator perk on my main character here. I don't know if it's for Flay or just so that this guy doesn't get pissed off. Let me know how this interaction turns out to be. So we recruited him. Okay, now let's go into his stats. Now he's a good marksman with 84 starting. That's very good. He also have 50 medical. This can be helpful. I like that. Not bad wisdom. His strength and dexterity are alright. His agility is a little bit on the lacking side, but you can probably train him. He's free after all. Now when it comes to talents and traits, he has some hand-to-hand abilities, but to be honest with you, I wouldn't use them for hand-to-hand, you know. I would take advantage of his good marksmanship. He also has loner, so if you let him snipe somewhere on the side by himself, he'll be getting these 4 AP per turn from that trait. So overall, I really like this guy. I'm using it in my main group and he's been very useful. So now for the quest that will unlock Flay, it starts right here in the poacher's camp, which is C5. You have to talk to Gilbert, the hyena, and he's gonna tell you that Flay joined with them, but something happened and he started hunting them. So from there, you have to go and check for clues where he killed people and possibly find them. Now there's another tip here. If you guys don't know, if you click here on notes, it will actually show you all the notes and stuff that you have for the different sectors, basically your quests. So we can easily see where we have to go. So you gotta check E6, you gotta check C6, and you gotta check B4. It will say there may be clues to finding Flay's hideout. So I think in whichever order you decide to check these sectors, he'll be in the last one you check. I'm not sure, let me know in the comments how is it for you, but once you go to the last place, I found him at B4, you'll be able to talk to him and recruit him. So that's for Flay. I think he's one of the easiest ones to get. Like, you just have to go around a little bit and that's it. There's nothing hard about it, and he can be useful right away. So we're now in F7. It's an outpost. So after you clear the outpost from the enemies, you can actually find Larry. He is kind of a weirdo.
Hey, good to see you. It's a bit lonely out here since you got rid of those jerks in the camp.
He's kind of like had too much adventure, but nevertheless he can be very useful. You'll see in a little bit. So he doesn't know what's going on at all. He forgot his name and stuff. So the trick with him is you gotta bring him the magic pill. So this would be the Metaviron. It's that magical drug that basically heals you instantly and gets rid of all your injuries.
The actual shit?
So yeah, he's pretty excited about it.
Yeah.
He starts to remember,
I feel.
and now he basically offers to come with you.
Let's go, man. I got a score to settle with these Legion dudes. I'm ready to go after them like a giant 10-tentacled robot with rainbow machine guns on fire.
Yeah, he's a little bit excited. So let's look at his stats. So Larry is not much of a fighter, only 62 in marksmanship, His agility, dexterity, strength are kind of low as well for the health. His wisdom, I'm not even gonna comment on his wisdom, but he is very good at explosives and medical too. So if you want to drag them along with you and use them for mines and stuff like that in healing, you can. But I personally use them in a second squad where he can train militia. Even though he has low leadership, it doesn't matter. He can still train them, and most importantly, he can craft my bullets. So I find him very funny. Like his lines are so crazy. And yeah, having somebody for free with 92 explosives, it's a big deal. When it comes to talents and traits, yeah, he has like some bonus damage for explosive attacks in close range, which can be good, I guess. Can be like some kind of a fun play style, but it's really not that great. He's also loner. Yeah, nothing special when it comes to traits, but his explosive skill is what you want him for. So how to get that meta Viren? Well, I found two, or maybe three, but I can for sure remember two of them. And one was in H9. There's this guy next to the market on the one side where you can trade small gems, small diamonds for loot boxes. So I got one from one of these loot boxes. And I must have traded about three or four and I got it. The other one that I got, and it's 100% spawn, is in H12. It's that hospital with the zombie disease. So I don't want to spoil too much about it. The metaviron is in the basement though. It's going to be in the room with that crazy doctor. If you go in the underground from the inside of the hospital, you will basically be right there. It's gonna be the room to the left of where you spawn. So yeah, and that's how you get the Viren. If you somehow don't get lucky to get it for small gems, you can go to H12 and grab it there. And now for the last recruit, Smiley. So I put him last because he's a little bit harder to get. Well, the quest for him is really not hard, but the actual fight that you have to win to be able to recruit him can be a little bit difficult depending on like how far you in the game. You gotta kill like a bunch of enemies that are really close to you and to each other, and they're well equipped. It's kind of a hard fight. I'll show you in a second, but
Yes!
first let's
I owe
look
you
at
that much, I
Smiley's
guess.
skills.
Thank you for giving me an.
So Smiley's pretty average, just about everything. His marksmanship is not bad, 77, should be fine to start with. He can help a little bit with the medical, but everything else is kind of average. His health is not bad when you add up the beefed up perk that he starts with. Also, he has the auto weapons, so that helps a little bit with the accuracy. And his talent is Reckless Rush, which basically buffs up the run and gun with the SMGs. So overall, he's not too bad, especially for somebody you don't have to pay anything for. So as long as you can actually deal with that fight, you can get him relatively early. Okay, in order to get the quest for getting Smiley as a recruit, you gotta start with Madame Lilian here. She is in sector D7. She's at the brothel. She's gonna complain that one of her girls left with Smiley. You're gonna do a little bit of investigation. You gotta ask around if somebody's seen them, stuff like that. I don't wanna spoil the whole story for you, but Smiley's gonna end up being in Flea Town, and he's gonna get excited to go and to save Molly from the mafia boss, basically of Flea Town, which is in I9. So that's where we get to that very difficult fight. I'm just gonna show it to you just in a second. So yeah, he gets a little excited. So he's surrounded by a bunch of thugs here, along with the boss. So it can be a pretty
Copy
tough
that.
fight, depending on how strong your squad is, of course. Basically, you gotta kill these guys with the shotguns that have
I have
knives
been
because they're
lenient,
very deadly.
but now this boy of yours has crossed the line.
The Mercs have appeared!
Normally, I would kill you on the spot.
Okay, so you have a chance here to defuse the fight and just explain to him that she doesn't want to be with him and stuff, but then he gonna leave, go back to Oroku where he's from, and you won't be able to recruit him. So the only way to do it is to just open fire and kill all the thugs, and he will do what he promises you actually earlier, that if you help him against the prime boss, he will join you for free.
What are you doing here?
So as you can
Leave
see,
now or
I'm
die.
not gonna do the whole fight, but I just wanted you to see like what you'll be against, so you can try and decide when is a good time for you to actually go through this. So we got 2, 3 people on the roof. We got these 2 guys. The boss is here, and then another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys, and then some of these are gonna start coming as well, the ones that are outside. Not all of them, but yeah, it's a tough fight for sure. Anyway, the video is probably a little bit too long already, so I hope you found it useful, and let me know in the comments which ones are you going for, which ones you like. I was thinking of maybe doing a run with only 3 mercs, but we'll see. Anyway, that's it for today's video. Thank you for watching, and if you're interested in Jagged Alliance 3 content, subscribe, like the video if you want to help out, and I'll see you in the next one. Hex out.